Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Legacy Farm, the podcast. This is your host, JC Young, and today's topic of discussion is this: will you die on this hill today? So kind of an interesting concept and topic for our podcast today here, my friends. So I was going through some trainings and stuff this morning. I'm constantly trying to, work on personal development, which leads to, me hopefully improving how I am as a husband, as a father, as a business owner, as a leader, and stuff like that inside of different areas of my life. And one of the trainings and stuff that I was working through today brought up this interesting concept around really being intentional about the hills that we choose to die on. Now, when you think about this, and especially if you are like me and you're a married business owner with young kids and things like that, there's hundreds of different things thrown at us every single day. I have 4 daughters. All of them are in dance. Well, 3 of them are. And Jalen, our youngest, is not quite old enough to be there yet. But our 3 older ones who are in dance are surrounded by kids that are age 6 to clear up to age 13. And so all these girls and everything like that. So there's a lot of drama in there. And when they like to come home, they like to talk to their mom about it and, go through the drama things that young kids go through and everything there at that age. Now, in that, we have a whole bunch of different emotions thrown at us, right? And when me and Rachel are trying to raise young kids and do that, all of you guys with that are parents, you understand the stresses and the anxiety that are created when you have 3 kids in diapers at one time. You're making some big decisions in life. There's stress in the business, there's stress with finances, like all this weight, right, that comes into your life can cause you to not act in the way that you really want to, right? Can cause us to react emotionally, essentially blow our top off, and we have big fights with people we love the most, and then we are full of regret and questioning ourselves afterwards, right? Me and Rachel have been through that hundreds of times. One thing, and a quote that I read a while back that was pretty powerful for me, because me and Rachel got married at a young age, and our 2 older kids have seen us really grow up, and I think that's what we forget is, as parents, we think that we're watching our kids grow up, but our kids are also watching us grow up as parents as well, right? And when me and Rachel got married, we were 23 and 25, full of emotions, right? We had no coping skills or anything like that. We would respond and react emotionally to every situation, even if it wasn't a hill that we should be dying on that day. We would react on it and it would cause a big fight or something like that. We've been through it. And just, if you're a parent and everything, you're like, yep, I totally get it. Because it just happens. You're forced to change. You're forced to adapt. There's a lot of things happening when you have kids and you are forced to become a different version of yourself and a new person for sure. And through that, you have to go through all the emotions and mistakes and everything there. But anyways, so going through this training today, guys, really made me look at those decisions differently, because there's only certain situations or challenges in my life that actually really deserve my attention, right? And we're going to call those ones those are the hills that you should be dying on or be willing to die on that day. When you think about it, those are the things that, man, they deserve all your attention, all your energy. Those are the things that, hey, if we don't get this done today, then maybe we fail. Right? Or maybe something bad happens if we don't get this done today. And when I compare that to like business and everything, guys, the amount of hills that you should die on in business, really not that many. And the same goes for personal life too. When I look at this, there were so many hills and things that I was, dying on back in the day, or even not even back in the day. I can talk this year. There's been plenty of them just this year alone, or probably in the past month, that I've chosen to die on that are not worth it. They're just 100% not worth it. And I'm looking at myself and like, Jace, like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? Why are you reacting and letting these small things in comparison to the long-term outcome of your life impact you so negatively in that moment and really just steal all of your energy and your focus for the day, all of your happiness for the day and things like that? We let so many outside factors basically steal our energy for the day. And why do I do that? Why do you do that? Why do any of us do that? Well, reality is we're not asking ourselves a simple question as when we are faced with a situation or a challenge, the simple question is this a hill that I should die on today? And when I put it in those kind of terms, I look back at a lot of things that have happened over my life. A majority of them were not hills that deserve my attention. There are select ones that definitely do, but a majority of them, 95% of them, are not things that really deserve my attention, and honestly are things that are not going to matter in 5 minutes or 5 months or 5 years, right? They're just not going to matter anymore. There's only a select few situations that were really like hills that I should die on, right? Or be willing to die on. And I can think about what those are even today, and what those would be. Like there's not that many of them, right? So again, I share this with you because as I was going through this, I'm just reflecting on all the situations in my life where I have reacted way too emotionally, and I have let small situations in the grand scheme of things steal all my energy and happiness for the day when it really didn't deserve it. It really didn't deserve it. And if I could just stop myself and inject this question and have a pattern interrupt and inject this question into my mind of saying, Jace, is this a hill that you need to die on today? If I'm being honest with myself, the answer, again, to 95% of those questions is no. Yeah, no, not worth my time. It'll blow over. It'll go away. Now, again, 5% of those, they're big decisions. And they're things that we do need to fight for. But I'm just guessing if you're anything like me, you know what those ones are. Like you already know what those ones are, or you're already currently fighting those. And the other thing that I was thinking about too, and I'm thinking about all the members inside of Legacy Farmer, how many times do we let the small things that are not hills that we should be dying on take all of our attention and our focus and our energy just as a way to avoid doing what we know needs to be done on the bigger hills, the actual hills that we actually need to die on. You know what I mean? It's just kind of an interesting concept, different way of looking at it, and I'm sharing this with you so that hopefully it has the same impact on you that it did on me if I can just inject that question into my mindset as I'm going through and making decisions in business, personal life, whatever. Jace, is this a hill that you need to die on today? If the answer is yes, okay, great, let's go. I'm going to put all my emotions, energy, and everything into it. But again, for 95% of those, the answer to that question is no. It's not worth it. It's not going to matter in 5 minutes or 5 months or 5 years. So let's move on and get back to focusing on the hills that we actually need to die on, right? Or should be willing to die on. So my friends, that's all I got for you today. I hope it was valuable for you. I hope it makes you think differently about how you operate and how you make decisions in your personal and business life. And that concludes today's episode. We will catch you on the next one.
What's up, everyone? My name is Jace Young. I'm the founder of a company called Legacy Farmer, and inside of that company, what we do is we've helped over 300 family farms simplify and streamline the entire financial side of their operation and help them learn their numbers at a deep, deep level so that they can implement the systems and the processes to make sure that their operation lives on for generations into the future.